Alright, so last time I, squeaked out a victory against the Indigo League Elite Four and Champion. Go ahead and check that out if you are interested in seeing those battles play out. Today, we venture into Kanto, where, of course, for those of you who are familiar, there are 8 more gym badges to acquire, although I'm pretty sure all of them, or at least at the very least most of them, can be done in any order. Yeah, I guess the 8th one has to be done after the previous 7. I'm pretty sure every other one can be done in any order, which is cool. It's cool. I don't remember if this hack forces you to do them in a certain order, like they force you to do Chuck, Jasmine, and Price in that order. I kind of hope not. Like, I feel like that is the kind of thing that should be... Like, if Chuck, Jasmine, and Price aren't level scaled in, any iteration of Johto, which they never are, that's, like, more acceptable to me than Kanto, where I think that it definitely should be level scaled. Like, Kanto should for sure be level scaled, based on gym badges or something to that effect. Although I think it is nice to be able to do Chuck, Jasmine, and Price in any order as well. Hypothetically, you could do Morty as well if his badge didn't require... If using Surf didn't require his badge, that is. But yeah. First things first, gotta get the ticket for... Is it the SS Aqua in this one? I always get the names of the ships confused. Oh, I can't change the status of her, saving my money. I'm pretty sure I turned that off. There you are, I called you because I have something for you. SS ticket. For the SS Aqua, I think? Or just the fast ship is what it's called? Because the SS Anne is the Gen 1 one. What is the SS Aqua? Is that like Gen 3 or something? No, this is the SS Aqua, the one that goes between Johto and Kanto. Okay, I was correct. Go ahead and fly on over to Olivine. And make our way over. I don't really think... I mean, technically there's some... there's more of like Dark Cave and Mount Mortar and all that I could do, but I just don't really care that much about the caves, or really like kind of the dungeons in general in Johto are just not really that interesting. Not the worst thing ever per se, but yeah. The Dark Cave / Ice Path theme does slap though. And I feel like Ice Path is kind of the closest thing to an interesting dungeon that Johto has. Because Ilex Forest, or Elex Forest, however you want to pronounce it, no trainers, like, it's just kind of like, it's got a cool vibe, I like it. The Celebi, like, shrine and a little far-fetched puzzle, I guess. Would have kind of made more sense if that was integrated throughout the entire forest, and maybe there wasn't a requirement for cut, but rather you just do that to get through it or something, I don't know. No, I do know, that would be better. Oh, off to a good start. Already transformed into a Missing No, and then negative color. It's not even negative, it's not even inverse, it's just messed up. So we'll soft reset real quick, get that glitch out of the way. Continue. Continue? And here we go. As is typical, we will get to explore the ship a little bit, battle some trainers on our first go. So, Space Cowboy, good to see ya. Okay, sick. Yeah, just let me know. Just let me know what you're thinking regarding that. Pretty flexible. As far as kind of throwing that project together, but Yeah, I'm looking forward to it now that I'm feeling better. I would say that if I'm not at 100% right now, then I'm at like 99% as far as my, you know, not feeling sick is concerned. But the plan this weekend is to finish up Final Fantasy X-2. The game's not really that long, actually. Like I'm like 20, maybe 22 hours in or something, and I'm under-leveled, but I can go fight the final boss technically. Like I have made some progress heading that way. And then I faced a boss on the way, and I was like, yeah, I probably need to grind a little bit. Or at least like experiment with other job setups and stuff like that for my squad. But yeah, I'll like reserve thoughts on it. I don't really have a whole lot to say about it, I think. So it'll probably be a shorter video, which is probably not a bad thing. And that'll work nicely because I've thought about pairing that with the Final Fantasy X video and like re-releasing that at a certain point. Like just discussing those two games in one video, even if they were recorded at separate times, kind of deal. I'm just gonna blow this for this sucker punch, but it failed because we didn't go for an attack. But yeah, so like, I'm hoping that I finish up X-2 this weekend with enough time for me to record both the Three Houses video, which I do want to get out by the end of the month, and the X-2 video, which will be halfway through December. And then we'll do our project. Ideally, we'll get that recorded either by the end of the month or within like the first week of December for that to be put out at the end of the year, which I think will work nicely because I've got a busy couple of weeks in December between like work and like just work and other work, basically. Like day job work and musician work. And it's like it's gonna be kind of hectic, so I do kind of have a plan. I think. Oh no, that's chapter 8. Okay, sick. Yeah. No, for sure. So you'll be coming into the discussion much more experienced than I am, and that was already going to be the case, but yeah, it should be good. It should be cool. I feel like I'm far enough removed from like playing all of them in both positive and negative ways, where it's like, okay, I know I've like thrown shade at like Yakuza 0 quite a bit, like just a little bit, There's some things that, like, I don't know, but I do think, and we can get into it when we record. Anything that you wanted to run by? I do want to like at least list out some bullet points or something like that, and maybe if you wanted to add something to the list, you could do that. If I do that in like a Google Doc that I could share, or something to that effect. How do I want to handle this? Scizor and Pele are already like, I shouldn't have led this. But yeah, like I feel like Yakuza 0 specifically, I think I've mentioned this on stream a few times, so forgive me for repeating myself. But I think that game would actually be more enjoyable having played the others. Like, I think it was fine for me to start with it, although I feel like it would hit harder, and that's kind of to be expected considering it is a prequel that came out after 5 games. But it's like, I don't know, it did like get me in, but I also feel like Kiwami could have also done that just fine. Like, I think that's a game that I would appreciate more, having played it after the other ones. I still think, I shouldn't be talking about this, I should save it for the video, but I still think 5 is my number 1, but 0 is probably in the top 3. Because it's kind of hard for it not to be, I would say. What's up, Eric? Good to see you. Happy Friday indeed. Happy Friday indeed. Is this kill? Nice. But yeah, that should be good. But yeah, as far as Final Fantasy X-2 is concerned, I'm just like, it's been fun, but I'm just like, I kind of just want to be done with it, like, already. Even though it hasn't been that long, it's, like I said, I'm like 20-ish hours in, and I'm like towards the end. So it's like, yeah, I'll save like details on it for later. I did play like the first hour of Three Hopes, the Warriors spin-off, sequel, whatever, alternate timeline thing with Three Houses. Played it a little bit like a few nights ago, so ideally I wrap up 10-2 and I like dig into Three Hopes. And with any luck, I enjoy it enough to do all the routes and then do a video after all the routes kind of thing, instead of with Three Houses, where I kind of like played, my bulk of my time playing Three Houses was prior to even starting this channel, really. I mean, like, I made the channel that year, but I didn't actually upload until 2020. In like September or whatever it was. But yeah, and then I kind of have, since y'all are here, and y'all are some of my regulars, I'm kind of thinking this will probably be a 12-parter, which will put me finishing this at the end of next week, which is kind of perfect, I think. And then I have a couple of weeks before, like, the really hectic couple of weeks I have with other stuff, and I'm thinking I really want to get BN6 done in 6 streams, so that way the playlist is 64 streams total, 32 of which are... I might split the playlist up into 2, maybe, but it'll be 32 for the main campaign and 32 for post-game, even though I technically skipped BN1 because I did that off-stream, like, way before I started streaming the post-games. Anyway, 6 streams, that's 2 weeks at my current schedule, and so that would put me at the middle of December, at which point I'm gonna be really busy for like a week and a half or whatever there, and like not really around to stream either, because I'm gonna be like kind of in and out a little bit. And so I'm kind of thinking I'll wrap this up by the end of Thanksgiving week, do those 2 weeks of BN6, wrap that up, and then take a few week hiatus from streaming, basically for the rest of the year, kind of deal. Yes, I probably will be busy on that day. That's like kind of when the craziness starts, like, kind of starts. No, wait. Oh, maybe... Maybe I miscalculated, actually. This will be done by this week. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I might need to stream, like, at an irregular pace, come December. Like, I might need to do, like, a weekend stream or something, because it just occurred to me that... Okay, I'll figure it out later. Point being, though, I think I need to be done by the 11th. I think that's when, like, I start being busy for, like, a week or 2. Really, it's more like a week. Maybe a week and a half. It would be ideal to record Space Cowboy before that, if possible. I don't want it to be, like, too terribly long, but it is also, like, a lot to go over, and I don't want to, like, rush through it or, like, brush past things that are worth talking about. But, yeah, it'd be better to get it done before then, because then I could maybe even do some editing while I'm traveling on that. Because by that point, I would have the 10-2 video done and, like, prepped. Like, that's kind of my plan. And so it's gonna... Even barring, like, those travel weeks, it's gonna be a busy couple weeks for me. Oh, for Game Awards? Okay, good. I'm glad you weren't asking for, like, your availability, because I was like, The TGAs, I'm gonna be traveling that day. So, I mean... Maybe my buddies and I will drink and watch them or something. Because, like, I don't really drink much, but when I'm with my... Well, even when I'm with them lately, I don't really drink much, but it's just, you know... We'll probably have a couple beers or whatever, but... What's it called? I forgot this wasn't a fairy type. I would have gone into this immediately, but it didn't occur to me. I don't know why I thought that the fighting type was a better choice, even if it was a fairy, but yeah. I don't know, because like I feel like watching the Game Awards live is pretty painful a lot of the time. Whereas I would rather, but it's cool when they do the announcements. I don't know. Last year, I think I had it in the background while I was doing whatever, and I was like not even paying attention until like they had an announcement trailer or something. So I'm like, well, what if I? That could be a fun thing though, to like have a couple beers with the guys and like watch, even if we're not really that invested. It's like we can kind of half pay attention, shoot the shit. And then if something gets announced, like, if Persona 6 gets announced, I have one buddy of mine that's going to be there that is going to be super into that. Although he hasn't finished Persona 3 Reload, and it kind of bothers me a little bit. I mean, it's all good. He's like, spend the time how you want and all that. But then he's like, oh, I jumped back into Baldur's Gate 3, and I'm like, dude, I'm sure BG3 is great, but it's also like, come on. Come on now. Finish a Persona game that isn't P5. I dare you. I like Lead Neptune, I guess. I have rare candies as well, so I can always round out my squad to 52 with those, because I have 3 rare candies. Oh, I could just go upstairs and heal. I might just do that. There's not that many trainers left. But yeah, today's gonna be a lot of regular trainer battling. So maybe not like the most interesting, but we can hang out, you know? Chill. If you guys, if you're of legal age and you would like to have an adult beverage, then you know, feel free to crack open a beer, just, you know, hang out, whatever. I don't know. I don't want to talk about beer so much. I really don't drink like all that much. I really don't drink ever, actually, unless I am having like a nice meal out, which is rare, or I'm with my friends, or like when I was in Italy and we were, you know, having wine or beer with like every meal because it was amazing, legitimately. And that's my thing, is like that's when I most enjoy alcohol, actually, these days, is like a glass of wine with the right meal, or like a cold beer with the right meal, is like, that shit hits. It definitely does. Especially because I'm not really a soda drinker anymore. How do I do this? Focus energy, try to crit him. Oh yeah, right, yeah, your buddy getting on you about Yakuza 8, yeah. No, for sure. Well, because the thing is, like, I get it with Persona 3, because it's a slow burn. Like, it literally is a slow burn. And you could maybe say that P5 is a slow burn, but it kind of isn't at the same time, because, like, yes, the opening hours are slow, and it's very tutorial heavy and blah, 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 but, like, the first arc is one of the most interesting, whereas, like, Persona 3, there's a lot of mystery there, and so I think, like, that captured me when I played the PS2 version initially. Obviously with Reload, like, I knew the story, but I think that, especially on a first play, is, like, it was enough for me to captivate me. But then again, P3 is also, like, very vibe-oriented, and I would say, like, Atlas games in general, Persona in general, is very vibe-oriented. Like, you might not vibe with Persona 3, 4, or 5, but there might be another one of those. Because they're all different. They're similar structurally and mechanically and all of that, but like the vibes are so different. And I think that is one of the strengths, but it also makes certain entries divisive for certain people at the same time. But it depends on what you're going into it for. Because like even P4, which I was like maybe overly critical about in my video. I still don't think that the story is that good, but it is a fun time. Like, it's fun, it's funny, I think. Actually, like, I was, even on a replay of Persona 4, like, I was laughing my ass off. Like, actually, like, legitimately, like, cracking up at certain moments. And I mean, you know, humor is super subjective, so it might not click for certain people, but that's something that occurred to me. I mentioned this in one of my character tier lists, I think, but like Persona 3 isn't really a funny game. There are moments that are like endearing, or, you know, you crack a smile maybe or something, but like, well, maybe there are like a handful of laugh out loud moments, but they're scattered throughout, like, you know, 100 hours or whatever. Whereas P4 is like much more kind of leaning into that kind of vibe. I don't know how I got on this. I think I'm gonna play Metaphor soon, though. I think, like, FF102 is currently my turn-based game that I'm playing. It's ATB, but it's turn-based. Great, so we get the guaranteed confusion here, which is really annoying. We also don't live 2. I can go Gar for free. I kind of want to try to break through in Draco, but I want this to get the experience, though. But yeah, I think, I don't really have... Because Three Hopes is my Fire Emblem game that I'm gonna be playing upcoming, and it's not really it's not a turn-based tactical game, it's an action game because it's Warriors, right? Or, you know, Warriors Three Hopes, the second one. The second Fire Emblem Warriors. It's like, okay, my turn-based plate is gonna be clear, especially because FF12, even if I were to dive into FF12, which I'm not going to immediately, it's not really turn-based at that point. Like, 13 goes back to, I know, ATB, so that'll be different, but like 12 is like, it's like MMO combat, kind of. Like setting up auto attacks and shit like that. I don't know how much I'm gonna like that, but I'm gonna take it for what it is and try to... I'm like actually kind of looking forward to it for something different. Okay. That was probably... I mean, that probably killed on a crit even without Sniper, but I'm kind of thinking... I want to see if this outspeeds. We do. But yeah, so once 10-2 is done, I could see Metaphor being kind of a long-term, turn-based thing that I play. It'd be kind of perfect, too, like if I... Assuming the audio stuff works for me, which I booted up the demo the other day, and it worked fine. Like, usually I can tell within the first minute or two of booting it up, because the audio will just cut out immediately, like, not immediately, but within that minute or two. It didn't this time. And I'm going to start with the demo, obviously. I'm not going to buy the game before finishing the demo, because like I might as well just finish the demo for free and then buy the game. But you know, I got a little pay raise recently, a little marginal, you know, getting more hours and all of that, so I'm feeling better about my situation in that regard. Still not amazing, but much better, and I do appreciate it. So, yeah. So I want to see, though, because the Steam Fall Sale starts this week on Wednesday, I want to say, Wednesday or Thursday. I doubt Metaphor is going to go on sale because not only is it new, like it's only, what, a month old? Maybe a month and a half at this point. I think it will be a month and a half almost exactly, actually, once the sale starts. And it's also like a frontrunner for Game of the Year. You know, it's critically acclaimed and all of that. So, like, games like that, like your Elden Rings and your Baldur's Gates and now Metaphors, which I wonder if Metaphor is going to win Game of the Year. I don't know. It'd be cool if it did. But yeah, I doubt it's going to go on sale, but I still want to, like, wait. I still want to wait and see anyway. I also don't want to start it. I don't want to start it and get sucked in and then not work on the videos that I need to work on. So, like, I might wait until... I might just wait until, like, the end of this next week, get that Three Houses video out, then distract myself with Metaphor, because the FF10-2 video is probably not going to be that long. That's a short turnaround for me too, because I need it to be done before like I'm traveling or whatever on the 11th or whatever it is, that I start to become unavailable to like finalize that shit. There's some other like member exclusive things that I want to do, because YouTube is doing this like bonus promotion thing. So I'm probably gonna just throw something together super casual. I think that's like a good vibe to have for like member only videos or whatever. Just do something super casual. I don't know what it is gonna be yet, but I actually kind of like the idea of not every month, because that's a lot, but maybe like once a quarter or something, doing like a member exclusive video of some kind, just to like a little extra incentive. It won't be anything like, it won't be like, you know, my Metaphor Refantasio video. That's not gonna be member exclusive. Like I had considered doing early access for videos, which I might do for the 10-2 video to fill that quota of member exclusive videos. It would only be member exclusive for like 2 days, and then I would get the bonus from YouTube or whatever for that. But yeah, it's just a couple of $100 extra bucks. It's like $200 if I upload 2 member exclusive videos within the next month, basically. And so I'm like okay, like easy enough. Like literally. And that's kind of the kick in the ass that I need, I think, also to really like get cracking on production on even my regular uploads. And yeah, I do like the idea of doing something quarterly, like doing a quarterly member exclusive thing. And it can be more casual because it's for members, so it's already people who like are familiar with my content, are supporting me to a certain extent financially. I do appreciate y'all a lot. And yeah, also a little extra incentive for people to join up as well, even if it is temporary or whatever. Because every little bit helps, I will say. Oh my god, why does it seem like it's running so slow? Oh my god. But yeah, yeah, I think that would be neat. I think eventually it'd be cool to do like a member Q&A or something. Or even if those videos go public, having the members be the participants for the Q&A. It really is like a catch-22 though, where it's like I don't want to do too much member exclusive stuff when I don't have that many, but it's also like you have to do some to like incentivize people to join, kind of thing. It's like it's a tricky balance that I'm trying to figure out. Because I also don't want to feel like, I don't want people who watch my stuff for free to feel like they're missing out either, you know? Because like, even just watching my stuff for free is like really helpful in its own way. Like that, sometimes I feel uncomfortable asking for more, which is why I often don't, and why I have that little plug that I throw in my videos now, which is super easy to just throw in there and not have to like worry about saying it every single time I record, kind of deal. And it's one of those things, I know some people get off-put by whatever, it's like, oh, no one does YouTube for the passion anymore, and it's like, dude, if you think I'm doing this, I've said this before, it's like, if you genuinely think I'm doing this just for the money, like, I don't know what you think, how much you think I'm making off of my channel, like, actually. Like, I don't think you understand. Oh, this is the Spiritomb thing. It's like, if you feel that way, it's like, I don't think you understand how little I make off of this channel, like, actually. And again, it's not even about that. Like, I enjoy doing it. It's nice to get compensated for my time, to some extent, right? Like, I don't think that is an outlandish thing. That's something that I'm trying to, like, come to grips with more as I do more stuff. But then I also need to, like, make sure that I'm on top of all my other stuff, and so it is a lot to juggle. The magnet train. I always thought the train was cool. in this. Like a little animation, because it's just unique. Because there's not really any real actual incentive to do that when you can just fly to the Indigo Plateau and then fly to wherever you want in Johto or Kanto, because I think you can fly to anywhere from the Indigo Plateau, like both regions. I don't know if that was the case in Gen 2 though, so maybe there was actual incentive to use the train in Gen 2 for that case. But then it's also just fly to the ship, take the ship, sleep, and you're there. But I get the magnet train is just like an instant, like a one and done kind of deal. Alright, so what is this guy? Are they gonna require I can't remember if I actually played through Kanto on this hack or not. Like, I've definitely played Sacred Gold before, but I just don't remember if I feel like I have. It's probably just been so long at this point. I know we have to restore the power and get, like, the generator or whatever from Cerulean, and then bring that to the power plant, which is probably where Surge is. I think this is blocked off by a Snorlax, yeah. This way to Pewter, but I think I would rather go north and see what's up. That is running so slow. Like, I don't anticipate actually challenging any gyms today. Maybe we do one towards the end, but I kind of just want to, like, I want to make sure my squad is, like, appropriately leveled. So I'm gonna fight, usually I skip a lot of the trainers in Kanto, in fact, because vanilla is so easy that you don't even really need to be much higher level. Like, what Surge is usually, I feel like being somewhere between, like, the 40s and like 50 is pretty par for the course. Maybe, like, I don't think Lance's ace, I'm just gonna look it up. I think Lance's ace is 50 and not 60 because it's the illegal Dragonites, like the Dragonites that were smuggled over the border. No, I'm kidding. No, the ones that were evolved early. HGSS Elite 4. And normally Dragonair evolves in a Dragonite at 55. So yeah, his ace is usually 50. This time it was 60. We're still 10 levels under. And so I feel like, yeah, going into the Elite Four with a squad of like 40s is typically par for the course, because Will has 140, 341s, and a 42. Whereas I went into the Elite Four this time with the squad of 50s, and so it seems like there's a 10 level boost. So if the Kanto leaders are typically, I want to say Surge has like, they vary a little bit, but I think Surge typically has like a 56 or somewhere in there, maybe 58 at the highest. It's like mid to high 50s for like their aces for the most part. Maybe like Sabrina has a 60 or something normally. I could look that up, but I kind of don't want to. Well, I play through HGSS so much, I can just look it up, I guess. HGSS leaders. Thank you, Cerebi. I'm just gonna Ice Beam this. Am I correct? Surge has a 53 ace, normally. Sabrina's 55, 56 for Erica, 54 for Misty. So it's somewhere 50 for Janine. So it's anywhere between 50 and 59 for Blaine, and then Blue has a level 60. So if I'm assuming... Nice play. If I'm assuming we're like... This hack is on average 10 levels higher, then Blue is going to have like a level 70 ace. Probably. Which means that even the lowest level gym leader, Janine, would have like a 60 as her ace. And so, yeah, I think it would behoove me to level up at least to like maybe 50, like mid 50s or something to that effect. I'm just going to keep clicking Ice Beam. Goes for Poison Pab. Does not get the poison, or the Joyzen in this case. Serve. those hits actually... They lined up with the music, which is fun. I do like this trainer theme, though. Again, though, a lot of these Johto themes remind me of Pokemon Stadium. And Stadium 2, I guess, specifically. I think I'll have to do that at some point. Ideally, Stadium 2 will get a decompilation or something. Because I don't really like emulating N64 games. I think it's kind of shitty. Or, like literally, like, the quality is just kind of, like, not great. Because those emulators aren't fleshed out that much, which is, I think, partially why you see a lot more decompilation projects for N64 games, specifically. There are some Super Nintendo ones, like A Link to the Past has one, I think. But I'm not surprised, like, Super Mario 64 has one, and, like, the N64 Zeldas are in progress, or whatever. OOT is playable, and Majora's Mask has a recompilation, which is technically a different process, but it's more or less the same result that is playable. We'll lead Electivire and Sizz, because they're the furthest behind in this double battle. Yeah, I also got to keep in mind all the Kanto leaders are going to have 6 Mons, whereas some of them don't, typically. Well, typically they cap out at 5. Like, Sabrina only has 3 normally, Erica only has 4, Misty only has 4. Blaine usually only has 3. I just EQ. And, switching to my Levitator. Yeah, Stadium 2 could be fun. I did actually emulate that game maybe a year or so ago. I used some footage from it in a video that's not on the channel anymore, but... So yeah, that must have been like a year and a half ago or something like that. I don't know. The AI in that game literally cheats, from what I understand. Like, it literally will read your inputs and make plays based off of that, off of like what you select. Which is funny, especially because when you're playing PvP, you can select moves and hide them, but you can also, well, I guess you show them, but it doesn't say what you press. I was gonna say, though, like, some information is given. Like, there's Team Preview in Stadium and Stadium 2, whereas Team Preview didn't become standard in the mainline games for competitive until 5. And I guess, like, Battle Revolution even had Team Preview and stuff like that, which is interesting. But yeah, there's a ROM hack, I think I mentioned this before, there's a ROM hack for Stadium 2 that changes the movesets of the rental mons to be actually, like, it's maybe not like optimal, but like they're actual sets. Like, you know, rest talk on like a lot of stuff, because that's, you know, the strat in Gen 2 much of the time. But more so that a lot of the movesets for the vanilla rental Pokemon are just really weird and just not even just like unconventional, but just like bad. Like, just straight up not good. You're probably a VQ. Either way, I go Kage. Whether you go for normal move or a counter. I can probably just stay in and, I guess T-Bolt gives me a Para chance. Psychic gives me a Swift drop chance, but I'd rather Para, I think. Because it's probably 2 KOs anyway, I would hope. Yeah. And I guess Psychic is actually weaker in this gen. It just occurred to me. Yeah, because it's always been 90, whereas T-Bolt eventually got nerfed to 90. So yeah, T-Bolt is the right play. Based on the roll, though, I think Psychic probably would have 2 KO'd. Maybe. I don't know the exact math. Or, like, what difference 5 BP makes, you know? Only wants to learn Screech? No. It's an interesting consideration, though. But not really. We'll just cycle back to Pele, I guess. Usually there's a rare candy. In actual Kanto, there's a rare candy. I think it's either over here or it's on one of these sides. Like in Fire Red and Leaf Green, it has a unique, like, graphic for that patch of grass. Oh, that's right, Saffron's blocked off. Oh, so we have to take... Because this is normally not blocked off. No, maybe it is. Is that right? Do you have to take Rock Tunnel? I feel like in vanilla that's not the case normally. What is it about Vermilion that makes everything lag, though? Is I have no choice but to go this way, right? Because I don't have the Poke Flute thing on my Poke Gear. A bunch of Diglett. I'm gonna lead... Well, I could just repel. They might be too high level to run from, but I'm just thinking about Arena Trap. And Levitators can't get trapped. So that's why we lead Gengar. You know, Ghost types can't get trapped by Shadow Tag, at least after a certain gen. When it comes to trapping in general, or like Arena Trap specifically, maybe. Yeah, because Shadow Tag definitely still traps Levitators. But I'm pretty sure Arena Trap only traps grounded Pokemon. I think. Is that right? It's hard to remember because flying types kind of... Like, they're immune to Earthquake, so... So, I mean, Doug Trio could Rock Slide or something, I guess, but... Yeah, Diglett Cave, yeah, I like seeing the realization of, all these different locations in the Gen 4 engine. And the fact that Viridian Forest is an actual location, that blew my mind. Maybe when I was in... I think it was when I played the Gen 2 games on Virtual Console on 3DS. I like never... Because you don't really have a reason to go through the area that is Viridian Forest in Gen 2, like really. I would just take the side path. I never realized... until that point, when I was replaying it for the however many years later, that Viridian Forest isn't really a forest in the original Gen 2. It's not like an interior, it's just like, it's like a hedge maze, basically. It's so interesting. Like, it was like kind of mind-blowing, actually, at the time, to like realize that it wasn't an actual place. You've got bug types likely. I feel like because I have Fly, I can pop into Pewter, unlock it so I can fly back. I kind of just want to head down, though, and just, like, get access to as many places as possible, especially because I'm basically just grinding this stream anyway. I don't know if it's going to force me to face Brock first. But then again, if it does force me to do them in a certain order in this hack, then I'm going to really want to be prepared, I guess. Then again, with the blockades they put, I have no choice but to take Mount Moon to Cerulean anyway. Which also, like, there's just so many areas in Kanto, in Gen 2/4, in this case with the remakes, that you can usually just ignore. But you miss out on, like, the silver fight with some character development of, like, oh, look, he evolved a Friendship Mon, and stuff like that. I think it was a Friendship Mon, or either that or he had just, like, evolved them on that, what's it called? He hadn't previously. Yeah, so I should be able to fly to Pewter, yeah. Assuming I can head south, we can just access these two. I could even go so far as to go all the way down to Cinnabar I can't get Diffusia through here, I don't think. I think Seafoam Islands, it's like 2 different entrances that I don't think are connected. This dungeon always confuses me. And it's so different. Well, it's a little more straightforward and like trimmed down in this game compared to actual like... I think about Fire and Leaf Green Seafoam Islands, and it can be a little confusing to maneuver actually. Which is kind of neat. Although I eventually memorized just how to get to Articuno and just usually ignored a lot of the other shit. I'm just thinking, I think we just fly back to Pewter. Because I'm assuming there's going to be some other okay, you're a bastard. They are going to force us to do it in order. I'm praying that Aurora Crystal has level scaling for the gyms. Is there an item over here? Yeah. It's kind of hype. I like how off-kilter the Kanto themes sound. It's neat. It's like whatever mode they're written in or some shit. I'm not a music theorist, though. In that way, at least. It got me one of the most chill town themes of all time. I just want to see. I'm gonna have to cut this way anyway. I want to see if like Mount Moon is blocked off. I would bet it is at this point because like Viridian Forest is blocked off. The underground tunnel is blocked off. Like everything is blocked off right now. Air slash. Yeah, I knew it. I knew he was gonna flinch. I knew it. I don't have an actual flying resist, do I? Yeah, that was one of the weaknesses of this team, is not having a flying resist. But it's also not as much of an issue because... I don't know, I guess flying types are good, but it's like... I've got answers, kind of. I've got Thunder Punch. I think I just go Gar and click Psychic. It's not a boss trainer Crobat, so it's probably not EV trained. Which means I probably outspeed. Even, well, the base speed difference might matter, but... Okay. Goes for Poison move on the Poison type for some ungodly reason. I should click T-Bolt because it's stronger. But I think this kills anyway. I don't think I care too much about that. Since I'm the Chode, I go into my electric immunity. If it booms, I swear to God. Goes for Mirror Coat. Do you boom here? I kind of want to switch back and just see if it explodes. Goes for Gyro Ball. Okay, I fucked up. Because the Earthquake probably killed. That does nothing. Oh, because you're faster. What? The fuck? I'm waiting for you to click like Electric type move so I can get the boost and maybe outspeed you. Goes for Mirror Coat again. I'm gonna EQ. You're a fucking bastard, dude. What? I'm getting outplayed to shit. I'm gonna T-Wave you. You know what? I'm done. This is a gen where I can T-Wave electric types, so get fucked, idiot. And I just wait for the Magnet Rise to wear off, but I'm scared of self-destruct a little bit. I don't know why I'm scared about it. This is not a Nuzlocke. But I'm also like... I'm pretty sure Evire probably outspeeds with it paralyzed. 75% speed cut and all that. Yeah, this that was a crit. I was gonna say this actually does a little bit more damage. Okay, yeah, you're still risen. Like a loaf of bread. That actually sounds pretty good right now. That actually sounds pretty good. Alright, the Chode goes down. We beat Regis. Yeah, this is where you change the Deoxys forms. But I don't know what the I'm assuming you actually catch the Deoxys here in this hack. I don't know what the requirement is, though. My heal up. Is there anything else to, Yeah, there is that item on the other side. Also... that would... I feel like that would have been the perfect time to give me the TM for Sleep Talk, but I already have it. Bum bum ba-do-dum. Alright. Type hit 53 yet? No. Nice. Okay, we can max out Draco Meteor now. It's an item back there. Oh, the Rock Smash Rock. We also got a Heart Scale, so I don't think there's anything anyone wants to relearn unless Typhlosion gets something at level 1 that he gets later on, too. I could double check if, like, Eruption or something like that is a level 1 move. Wise Glasses, okay. Yeah, 1.1 times multiplier, a little 10% boost to special moves. No drawback. The drawback is that you're not using a better item. Stone Plate, okay. Oh well. This guy gives you the rainbow, well, I'm so used to him giving me the Rainbow Wing because I'm more of a Lugia guy myself. He gives us the Silver Wing because we're playing gold. I wonder, I would assume Aurora Crystal's gonna have Ho-Oh be the story-related one, and have Lugia be the optional because Lugia is so much further out of the way, is much more annoying to access. Also curious what graphic they use for the title screen. Like, is it going to be Ho or Lugia? Or, I'd be a little wary of this, but are they going to do a custom one for Suicune? That'd be cool, but there's not assets for that, really. I don't know. I'm very curious to see how it turns out. I would personally pick the Soul Silver one just because, you know, Suicune is water and, like, whatever. I don't know. We'll see. I feel like it wouldn't be the same without the, like, moving title screen, though, if they went for something static. Like, Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum had, like, the silhouette of the box legends, and then it would, like color would, like, shift up. But I love the way HGSS does it, where, you know, they're actually, like, moving, like, they're in motion, and Lugia doing his little, like, I can't even do it with my arm, but, like, the little bobbing, whatever you call that motion, is dope. Yeah, we'll keep fighting these trainers. Oh. Y'all planned this, didn't you? Y'all think you're sly, huh? Wise guy, eh? Leads Chloe. I kinda just want to click Flamethrower on this. Okay. It's neutral. Cloister doesn't have much of a SPDF stat. I think this probably kills. I'm pretty confident in that. Yeah, thought so. See, it's not all about type matchups. It's not like, oh, I should click Thunder Punch. It's like, no. Or, oh, I should switch into my Electric type. No, you don't even need to. That's what I think is lost on people, but understandably so, because, you know, more often than not, vanilla Pokemon is switch into resist that has super effective damage and just do that. So like I understand why that is the perception. And you know, I've been critical of the single battle format in game plenty, even in this series. But I think part of that is because I have more knowledge than the average player. Not the average competitive player, but like just the average Pokemon player, certainly. Especially because there's so many, apparently. Like Sword and Shield sold like, what, 20 plus million copies, which is fucking insane. It's crazy. And it sucks because it's like... It sucks because it's like... This sold primarily because it's a Pokemon game on a popular system. And it's like, man... They don't even know. Switch-only Pokemon players don't even know. They don't know. And you're perfectly entitled to, like, enjoy those games or whatever. That's fine. But I just... I know another buddy of mine who, like, you know, grew up on Pokemon. He loves Gen 2 and all of that kind of stuff. But, he kind of fell off of, like, gaming kind of in general until the Switch. And so, like, I remember... I forget which one he played... He might have played some of Scarlet and Violet by now or something, but, like, I remember... No, that was Zelda. That was Tears of the Kingdom we were talking about, but, he might have played Sword and Shield or something, and he was like... I don't remember how he felt about it, but it's like, dude... Like, I kind of hate being that guy, but I also like being that guy, where it's like... You gotta play, like, the actual good ones, though. Or at least play the ones that people... that are highly praised, and then if you don't like those for whatever reason, that's fine, but at least then you know. And that makes it also easier to, like, gauge what is being looked for, and that kind of thing, right? As far as that. As far as, like, taste and stuff like that. DS era of Pokemon was peak. Retweet. Retweet, even though I don't use Twitter, but, you know what I mean. I 100% agree. I think the DS era is the greatest run of Pokemon. I think GBA had some solid titles, you know, I think the 3DS had some solid titles. But I think the DS is like that sweet spot. Definitely a golden era. I personally think it's weird when people are like, that think that Gen 1 and 2 are their favorite. I mean, that's fine, but it's also like, it's like, have you played the remakes though? You know, it's like, I don't know, whatever, I'm being an asshole. Love to see 6, 7, 8, and 9 in Gen 4. Yeah, it would be interesting. I mean, I always... I have lamented for... Or I did lament, at least for a while, that Oris wasn't in the Gen 5 engine. Because I kind of anticipated that being the thing. Because as opposed to whatever people deem it now, where it's like every other gen... At the time, it wasn't... That trend, I guess, started with... Gen 4 had the Gen 2 remakes, Gen 6 had the Gen 3 remakes. That trend didn't start until the Gen 3 remakes, because one instance does not a trend make. Also, there was no... The gap... It still doesn't make sense because there was only a 1-gen gap between the Gen 1 and 2 remakes. So obviously the Gen 3 remakes had to roll around, and then the Gen 4... In fact, it was BDSP that set that trend, because it has to happen at least twice for there to be some kind of trend. If it happens just once, there's a 1-gen gap, there's a 2-gen gap. From the Gen 1 remakes to 2, and then to the 3 remakes in Gen 6. But then, as soon as there's Gen 4 remakes in Gen 8, then that's the trend of, like, Gen 4, 6, 8, 10 would have the next set of remakes, whatever. But at the time, it was every gen. It was, okay, we get the base version, we get a set of remakes, and then we get the third version. That was how it was in Gens 3 and 4. We got Ruby and Sapphire, then Fire Red and Leaf Green, then Emerald, then we pivoted to DS, Diamond and Pearl. I guess it was different. It was Diamond and Pearl, then Platinum, then HGSS, but regardless, you got the two base versions, the third version, and a set of remakes in any given gen. For only 2 gens, so I guess like what I was saying, it did happen twice, but it only repeated itself once, because then Gen 5 broke that cycle immediately by doing the base set of games and then a set of sequels instead, and no remakes. Because y'all suck. Not y'all who are watching specifically, but it's like, I should say, the people who are like dogging on Gen 5 back in the day, I don't understand. I don't get it. Well, I get it insofar as it's like, okay, we're still doing this, like it's the formula kind of thing. But it wasn't the formula, though. It was, oh, boo-hoo, I can't use Ariados on my in-game team. Except you can. You would need to, like, transfer it over, like, transfer it up. Or, like, beat the game first or whatever, and then transfer it from another copy. But, like, you could do that. But I've said it so many times, like, I just think it's so much more interesting to force the player to experiment more and, like, try the new creatures instead of just sticking by their old favorites. I have my own favorites, but, like, even these days with new gens that don't introduce that many Pokemon, I try to use new Pokemon exclusively on my squad. It makes it tricky. Obviously, of course that kills, because, you know, it's a Staraptor versus a Gengar, but, like, my Gen 7 team was only 4 Mons, because I was being very picky about it, but I think it was, like, my first Gen 7 team, that is, I think it was, like, Decidueye, Golisopod. Who else was on there? Hold on. I need to, like, look at Gen 7 Mons and remind myself. Ice Beam should kill Poliwrath. Gen 7 Pokemon. It was Decidueye. I didn't use oh, I wanted to use Crabrawler because I thought his design was cool, and then Crabominable is abominable. I don't hate it as much as I used to, but I was not expecting it to look like that. Especially after so long, because, oh, you know what? Some evolutions in Gen 7 require you to level them up on Mount Lanakila, or whatever it's called, which is on the way to the Elite Four. I think in original Sun and Moon you can't access that until you're actually heading to the Elite Four, whereas in Ultra you can actually access, like, the early parts of the route so you can get those evolutions or something, or, like, some of the evolutions were moved or something like that, right? Something weird like that. That's another point in Ultra's favor, where it was easier to get certain evolutions, but I forget, like, the exact details. But yeah, Crabominable was disappointing. Did I use Rabombi? No, because Golisopod. What else did I use? Palisand I used. I like Palisand quite a bit. I think the Haunted... I know people shit on, like, oh, it's a sandcastle, or, like, Chandelure, oh, it's a chandelier, but it's, like, it's a ghost type, though. It's, like, it's poltergeisted. I think that's cool. I think that's cool. Whatever, dude. Chandelure I will defend more so than Palisand, but, like, because Chandelure is a contender for my favorite Pokemon, like, actually. And that's something I didn't realize until, like, becoming an adult, really. And Chandelure, one of the few Pokemon that actually looks good in 3D. I actually think the model for Chandelure looks quite good in the way it moves and stuff. I think it actually looks quite cool, even in 3D. Whereas, like, some mons that I really like in sprite form, like Walrein, for instance, I think looks dope. And then in Gen 6, he just looks... I think he looks fucking awful. I think Walrein looks horrendous in 3D. Or at least with the current 3D model it has. Whereas Gen 5, like Walrein actually looks menacing in sprite form, and then in 3D it looks goofy as fuck. I don't like that. Voice crack. Look at our little Honchkrow go. Look at him. I love this mon. I'm glad he's putting in work. so many of the Gen 2 evolutions, or really maybe all of them from Gen 4. It's like Weavile, Gliscor, Honchkrow, Mismagius. They're all bangers. There might be a few more that I'm misremembering. Like Electivire's dope. That's a Gen 1 one. Magmortar I'm not too hot on. Oh, Mammo's another Gen 2 evolution. That one's sick. Magnezone's a Gen 1 one. Trying to think. We got some more Gen 2 evolutions in like later gens. But yeah. I'd be interested. I know some fans will do like demakes of certain games. Like Final Fantasy VII has like an 8-bit, like, I don't know if it's NES or Game Boy, like original Game Boy style demake, which is interesting. It'd be cool to see a demake of like X and Y or something. Assuming that's not a thing. XY GBA demake, Fire Red. That's actually a thing. Is this complete? Pokemon from Gen 1 to 7, Kalos region. Oh shit. There actually is a Gen 6 demake in this GBA engine. That's interesting. I think that's kind of cool, actually. I will say, though, like, booting up Oris again the other day, just to, like, get it running, and also just see how it looks. Like, I installed an HD texture pack, but I actually think some of the HD textures look worse, because they are, like, smoothed out. It's like you have things that are intended to be sprite-based, but they are, like, smoothed, and I hate that. So I deleted those. But, like, as far as the UI is concerned, and, like, even the 3D models, but the 3D models don't look that bad upscaled, actually. They don't look as rough as I thought they would. It's mostly the UI that needs to be, like, sharpened up a bit. But yeah, the sprites, it's like, you know that opening in Oris where you see Professor Birch on the little screen, and it's like, it's exactly from the GBA, basically. And he's in sprite form, but the HD texture pack had him, like, smoothed out, and I'm like, that totally defeats the entire purpose, though. So, like, why is it like this? Is there a Sun and Moon demake? Oh, Destiny bonded. I was like, what the fuck? I looked away for 2 seconds. Sun and Moon GBA. That sounds interesting to me, too. Who's the 4th team member of my Gen 7 squad originally, though? Decidueye, Golisopod, Palisand. I don't think I used Mimikyu, because Palisand was my ghost type. I didn't use Como-O, I think. No, maybe I slotted a Como-O in later? What did I use? I actually kind of like some of these guys more now than I did when Gen 7 launched. So I've been more partial to experimenting. I don't think I used a Mudsdale. I don't think I used a Rabombi. It was Crab for a little while. I didn't use a Vikavolt. I didn't use any of the other Route 1 guys. Yeah, I don't know. Can't remember. Maybe a Lycanroc, maybe, but I don't even remember doing that, though. My whole point, though, is that, like, even in these newer gens, it's just because so few Pokemon get introduced. I'm not saying I want more, because, good lord, is that not what we need? But I still try to go out of my way to, like, make a squad that is Mons from that region. Oh, it was a Alolan Ninetales. That's what it was. Because, like, regional forms do count in that regard for me. So, like, my Gen 8 squad was, like, it was, like, Cinderace. I used, like, Runerigus. Gosh, Gen 8 Pokemon. Bless you, Cerebi. It was Cinderace, Corviknight, Boltund, I think I used. I like the idea of Strongjaw, even though it's kind of weak. Appleton, I really like. I think Appleton is a great design, actually. Toxtricity's dope. I used that. Considered Graplocked, but no. And then Grimmsnarl, I think, was on there. Cursula is underrated, I think. It's cool. It's like all translucent and shit. Like the way it looks is neat. It's kind of shit though, but it's got a cool design. Did I use a Dragapult? I don't even remember. But yeah, it was like Cinderace, Corviknight, Toxtricity, Appleton, Grimmsnarl, and maybe Dragapult, but I probably got that so late that I don't remember. Gen 8 is really a mixed bag, I feel like, with the mons it introduced. I really hate Calyrex and, like, his fucking... Like, I think the horses are okay, but, like, then he's riding the horse, and I think that's stupid as fuck. But they're actually good. Like, the mons are... I hate it because, like... Fucking, what's it called? Calyrex Shadow Rider is actually, like, godlike. Stats-wise and all of that. I hate that because it looks stupid as fuck. I think the new Regis are dope, though. I think the new Regis are dope. This is gonna be another evolution scenario, though, where it's like, oh, let's get a Regi of every element. Not gonna happen. I feel like Eevee would have been the one to, like, actually get an evolution of every type, but, well, stopped after a certain point, which is unfortunate. Sizz is the furthest behind. I had thought about doing tier lists of, like, each generation of Pokemon or something. There's so many mons, though, that's so hard to do, I think. I'd have to really have strict criteria where it's just, like, the middle tier is, like, inoffensive, but, like, I don't feel, like, strongly about it, and, like, kind of go from that angle. Yeah, I could maybe do it with my current format, actually. Where I really set, like, not strict criteria, but I do set, like, a... like, kind of the vibe for each tier kind of deal. Like, S is, like, top of the top. A is, like, mons I really love, but they're not quite there. S tier. B would be, like, I don't feel really one way or the other. I think they're fine, whatever. And C and potentially D being just, like, and don't care for these in varying degrees. That's a lot, though. There's still just, like, a lot. Like, especially if I'm doing all 151 of, like, the originals. Like, all 156. Because it's so hard for me, because, of course, I'm partial to the fully evolved mons. Because, like, those are the ones you're using for longest. But, I actually think in a lot of iterations, like, for instance, I think I like Ivysaur's design more than Venusaur. At least with the 3D models. Venusaur looks awesome in Gen 5, specifically. Well, in Gen 4. There's something about Ivysaur's design, though, that I like more, and stuff like that. It's just, like, all these mons that I don't really think about that much. I guess they would just go in B or something. Like Caterpie, it's like, I don't know, it's fine. I don't, like, dislike it. It's fine. Whatever. And then Metapod, I'm just, like, iconic, but also, like, boring as fuck. Actually. Like, some of the Route 1 bugs, especially, like Silcoon and Cascoon, I look at those things and I'm just like, I don't like looking at these. They're not entertaining to look at. It's just like, it's a spiky ball, you know? I don't know how you didn't die to a surf, but you know what? Oh, I'm Sand Tomb, too. Sorry. I'm like, super distracted, but these battles are so fucking slow. I can kind of do whatever. Yeah, and that's the tricky thing too, is like, would I base this off of, like, certainly not their original sprites, but do I do like Fire Red and Leaf Green sprites for Gen 1 or something? Because I look at Pidgeot, and I actually kind of like the way Pidgeot looks, like his sprite in Gen 3. I actually use Pidgeot on my team quite a bit in Fire and Leaf Green. pretty often, actually. Because I prefer it to Fearow. I think I don't like Fearow that much. Like, at all. You're not a fairy type, so I just Night Slash you. And so Pidgeot was kind of my de facto, like, flyer. Because you don't really have much choice. Like, Charizard can do it, but he's a special attacker. So, yeah. And, like, even Nidoking, I think Nidoking actually looks still pretty cool in 3D, but not as cool as he does in at least Gens 4 and 5. Gen 3, he looks a little jank. But, yeah. Maybe I just do I'd probably do Gen 5 sprites, honestly, for the first 5 gens. Just because I think that's where most Pokemon look the best. Most of those Pokemon look the best. There's definitely some standout, like, Gen 3 and 4 sprites, I'm sure. But Gen 5 is kind of just, like, a lot of Gen 4 sprites, but moving now. You know, so. Moving at all times, that is, not just when they come in. Alright, Gar's now the furthest behind. We'll just keep swapping around. Swapping around at the speed of sound. But yeah, I'm looking forward to this this Steam Fall Sale. I don't anticipate some of the newer releases going on sale, like Metaphor and Shadow Generations, but there's some other stuff I've had my eye on, and I'm like, I hope we see some all-time lows for some of these. Because I'd like to cop as many of them as possible, as is feasible, without being irresponsible about it, right? Mostly it's like the Metal Gear Solid collection, because I really want to replay those games, but I'm not spending... I'll spend $10 on each of them. That is what I'll spend. So until it goes on 50% off, for me to be able to do that, I'm not going to buy it. But I really want to play Metal Gear, though. Or replay. Play the first one for the first time, but replay 2 and 3. I really do want to replay those. But my desire to replay them is not enough for me to spend $20 on each of them when they're so bare bones, or like underwhelming. Apparently. Yeah, that's the main one. There's a couple others. Like if Ghost of Tsushima goes on sale, I'll probably grab that, because that's one of the few Sony exclusives that I'm like still interested in playing at this point. Why? Why do you do this? Thankfully they have fighting move. See, like Zone looks a little jank here, I think. He's like stretched in a weird way that I don't like. I guess it gives it a little bit of character, I suppose, but I love the way... Like, there's so many moving parts, like the magnets will twist, and the screws like go up and down, and he's also like kind of like bobbing around in Gen 5. So cool. I feel like Zone would be something to use in like a Renegade rerun. Because I used Rotom, and I swapped the forms around and all of that. What does more? Brick Break is stab, so I think it does more, right? 75 times 1.5, that adds like 37, so that'd be 112, right? Ish, versus the 100 from EQ, so yeah. It's like Earthquake is kind of specifically there for electric types, like opposing electric types, that don't click Magnet Rise on turn 1. It's like barely a 2KO. I need close combat. I don't know if CC would have killed, though. Because it's not double the power of Brick Break. But then again, Steelix is bulky as shit. Like, this thing has an insane defense stat, to be fair. Dwight, where's your beet farm? What we got here? You're 53. We'll lead a Haunch. Oh, you're faster? Oh shit. Well, if I don't hit myself, this is good. Oh my god. It's faster. It probably goes for fighting move. I'm just gonna go Sizz because I'm, like, you know, pretty defensive. Or, like, just Scizor has high defense, rather. It's uninvested or anything, but yeah. Curious how much this does. Wow. Okay, that is so much. I'm just gonna U-turn. Breakthrough, please. Problem is, I can't Sucker Punch this if it's... Oh my god. Can I not get literally the most unlucky? Like, one time. Just one time. I'm going to this on the cross chop. This is the actual answer. I'm just trying to level everyone up fairly evenly, right? How? Why does that do so much? I thought punishment was like a... Didn't do much unless you had boosts or something. Punishment, Bulbapedia. Normally has a base power of 60, but gains 20 for every increased stat stage. So that was a base 60 move, which I guess I shouldn't be too surprised. I go into this on the Spore, maybe? Mind Reader. That means you can hit me even if I fly. That means you probably are running Dynamic Punch or something weird. So I'm gonna go into this. Now he goes for... Okay, can you make plays that, like, make sense, please? So I can, defeat you. I'm just gonna sack this. What are you going for? Also, I don't know if Mind Reader... Does it ignore immunities? I doubt it. Seed Bomb. I don't like where those seeds are coming from, though. Why are you Mind Readering? It's probably programmed to, like, do that every time, assuming that it can, Dynamic Punch or whatever it is, the opponent, but because it can't, it's still locked into clicking that, even though it can only touch me with Seed Bomb. So, it's odd. Vigoroth. That's fine, just kill me. If you start bulking up, I'm gonna... Okay. What are you doing? Wait, what? See, you can't tell me that was, like, the AI predicting a switch. Are you, like... Oh my god, what? The ghost types just wall your entire set? What are you doing? I just stay in forever until you're out of focus punches, I guess. Oh my god. They literally didn't put, like any decent coverage move. Even if it was Earthquake, I'd be immune. Knockoff wasn't as widely distributed at the time, and it was also weak. It would kill me at 11, though, but yeah. I just do this until I struggle to death. So I can guarantee some EXP on something else. In fact, maybe I should, heal up Sizz so I can Rock Smash it. Without having to worry about, dying. Crit struggle. Bum, 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 bum. I love how snappy the touch controls are, though. Even if the actual animations aren't that snappy. And the health bars and shit. Wants to learn Iron Head. That is tempting. It's not Technician boosted, though, but it is strong. Like, U-Turn does a lot, even though it's not Technician boosted. Iron Head is really tempting. But I think Rock Smash is better in a lot of regards. Because, like, this will hit opposing steals, whereas Iron Head doesn't, and it's redundant with Bullet Punch. Then again, I don't click Bug Bite that often, but Bug Bite's also stronger. And also has, like, utility. This can flinch, but we're slow, so no. Oh, we got a fire breather. Perfect. I'm gonna go heal, though. Of course, we got a little nerdy boy blocking Mount Moon. So maybe I will actually be fighting Brock this time. Maybe Misty as well, because Mount Moon is pretty small. Want to buy a magic card for $1 million? Okay. Yeah, there's actually a lot of improvements that this hack could make in a 2.0, and I'm hoping those improvements are made, and that they don't just arbitrarily move the trainers around for no reason. The thing that weirds me out about that is I'm pretty sure that was like in an update for Redux. The problem is there's other fixes and changes that I like in the later versions, so I don't just want to play an older version of Redux. But that's why I'm kind of just like, why don't I just play regular Volt White 2, though? Like, no fairy typing and stuff. I don't know. I'll have to dabble with it and just see how rough it is. Because I know I said prior to streaming this that I thought this hack held up better, and it does hold up better than Volt White Blaze Black 1, for sure, in my opinion. I think that's, like, pretty clear, but I don't think it holds up as well as vanilla Blaze Black 2 Volt White 2. And it certainly isn't as good as Renegade Platinum. Which, again, is understandable. I'm just saying, like, to me, Blaze Black Volt White 2 was, like, the pinnacle of that era of Drayano hacks. Which makes sense, because I think it was probably the last one to release. If this hack came out in 2012, it was probably early 2012. And considering considering Black and White 2 came out in the fall, that's when Pokemon started being a fall release. In the West, at least. Whereas it used to be spring for us Americans, at the very least. Then again, he might have used the Japanese version to base it off of or something, or get started, I don't know, like on producing such a project. Because otherwise, that's pretty impressive to get something like that out. Because I think it's dated from 2012. Like, I think it's dated in the drive that it's a 2012 hack. Blaze Black Volt White 2, that is. And the fact that those games came out in, like, October or something, and if that hack actually released before the end of that year is kind of crazy. But yeah. Alright, so that's all the trainers. We are at 53 across the board. Going up against a Rock-type gym. So we can get Will-O-Wisps off with Typh. If he lands, unlike last time, or she, sorry. If Pele lands her Will-O-Wisps, then she could actually put in work. I wish I had the TM for Energy Ball. I wish that it didn't require showing a Blossom to some random chick on a farm. Because, you know, Grass Move would be great here on Gar. Shadow Ball's gonna do a lot, though. A lot of rock types are, you know, Fizz-Def. And then again, he's probably gonna have Kabutops and Omastar, so T-Bolt is gonna put in work. This thing can click Dark Move at least. And Taunt if needed. Sizz can put in work as well. I'm hoping Evire. I mean, Evire has to watch out for, like, Earthquake, obviously. There's no Electric Rock in this gen, so no way to, like, get a motor drive boost guaranteed or anything. But obviously Kingdra is going to be the one that probably does the most. Honchkrow is the furthest behind. But then again, we're going into a gym, but I think there is one trainer. So I'm going to lead Crow and just switch. Pretty safe, like, Evire switch, kind of, except Earthquake is going to be a threat. Yeah, oh, there's two trainers, that's right. I do think it's kind of lame that this hack is forcing us to do them in order. I get that that is their solution. This was Drayano's solution to the level curve thing. It's not my preferred solution, though. Certainly. You're a Pure Ground. I mean, you probably have Rock Slide, though. You probably do have a Rock move. Like, I don't know why you wouldn't at this point. I really wish Corneo had U-turn, though. Because I would click that here to put it in range of Surf. Double Edge. Has a totally different meaning in 2024. Yeah, you died to Surf anyway, okay. So there was no putting it in range. Rampardos. I'm not screwing around with this, I'm just clicking Surf immediately. This thing is too scary if I switch out. Whereas it should just drop to a Surf. Yeah, I thought I would have been doing more grinding this episode and then, like, saving gym leaders for next time, but alright, we'll take on the first 2 or 3 or whatever. Then again, there's quite a bit to do before Misty, so I don't even know if we get that far this time. But it's gonna, like, it should at least, like, accelerate as we go. Because once the power plant's restored, that is gonna open everything up, and maybe at that point they'd let us do them out of order. But even then, a lot of them are so close at that point, too. Oh my god, can you not? I should, I think it's worth it to focus energy and try to crit. Because I would one-shot with Sniper. Nice. Why does Camper Jerry have like a whole fucking squad? What do you go for here? I guess Stark is the middle ground. It's the mid ground here. If I'm gonna make a switch. I could just keep surfing, but I'm like, I guess it wouldn't be the worst thing for Kingdra to get ahead, because it's not going to be that valuable against Misty, really. Well, I mean, it resists water, like, it quad resists water, and there's no freeze dry yet. So I don't have to worry about, like, Lapras freeze dry or something. But I can't really retaliate that well unless I'm critting. If I crit, I mean, crit Draco Meteor, that's a combo. That is, like, a cool combo. Because you're getting, you're lowering your special attack, but it doesn't matter when you crit. So specifically with modern crit mechanics, Sniper Kingdra is kind of cool. I think that's a neat strat. As it stands, though, I mean, it's still higher odds, but it's really not that great. Da-na-na-na. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Honchkrow is still the furthest behind. I'm just gonna roll into the second battle as is, and then I'm gonna go heal, I think. This track's actually a bop. I'm like, there's no way you EQ. You're either gonna like stealth rock or something, or that. Okay, I didn't expect that. I expected rock move to come out on the flying type. Instead, he blows up. Gar's actually furthest behind now. Go Gar. I mean, God, Energy Ball would be so good. It'd be so good. Also, I don't know what you click. You probably click Stone Edge, which probably doesn't one-shot me unless you crit. So I'm gonna just Shadow Ball, which certainly, if not one-hit KOs, then it does two-hit KO, for sure. If it OHKOs, that's kind of crazy. Wow. I mean, I don't think Rhydon has great SpDef, but still. Probo, you do resist Ghost in this gen. I'm just gonna go Haunch. Even though it's technically bad. There's a Power Gem. I'm just kind of like hoping it lives so I can get some experience on it. And then I can pivot into like Scizor, I guess. I was gonna say that had to have been a crit. There's no way you one-shot with that. You're a Probopass. And Power Gem is garbage. Red Dilly. Gen 3 fossils are kind of cool. They're kind of cool. I like how unique they are. I wish they weren't rock type though. Took until Gen 8 to realize that the fossils don't need to be rock type, and that maybe the rock type is actually making them worse. Who would have fucking thought? I don't know. If it goes to rock move, fine. I don't really have, like, a great answer to this right now. Well, I guess Kingdra would be. Yeah, I'm like, you better not get the fucking boost. I'm just gonna Flame, because this will do a lot anyway. And if that's your rock move, then I might actually win this 1v1, potentially. It does so much, and we burned. Doesn't matter for Ancient Power, though. It goes for Slash for some reason. I'd be interested to check the move relearner, though. Maybe not... Well, I was gonna say maybe not right now, but if... I don't think Earth Power... It's in the docs, because it was added. I don't think Earth Power is also a level 1 move. I think it's just... Yeah, it's just at 63. So it's not like I could relearn it like you can with some other powerful moves, but there might be some other stuff that might be worth checking. So we'll just check that real quick. Over to Cyanwood, whatever you want to call it. It's not spelled like the color cyan, even though I think that's the intention. It can still be a play on cyan, even without being pronounced that way, though. In my opinion. The relearner. It's an honest-to-goodness heart scale. Not really super interested in any of these. I don't know what's up with the chat lately, with the whole disconnected or reconnected shit. I don't know what's going on. Hypnosis. It's 7. That's right, it was 70 accurate. Was it not nerfed back? When was it nerfed back to 60? Wait a second, I'm gonna look this up. Base 60, or sorry, base 60. 60 accurate in Gen 1, Gen 4. In Diamond and Pearl and Pokemon Battle Revolution, Hypnosis' accuracy was changed to 70. In Platinum, it was changed back to 60. In Link battles between Diamond and Pearl and later versions, the more recent version takes priority, and Hypnosis' accuracy is set to 60. Legends Arceus, it's 70, interesting. But it's drowsiness, not sleep. It's the better. That's another thing that I think Arceus did well, was like adapting sleep and freeze to not being like awful mechanics. Interesting, he kept it as 70 though, even though by actual HGSS and Black and White, which was out at this point. Well, this was a 2012 hack, yeah, so Black and White was had already been out for 2 years in Japan. And it was back to 60, but he kept it at 70 for some reason. I hate sleep as a mechanic, though. But Hypnosis is not like a terrible idea. But it doesn't really fit with like specs. Even though I am running D-Bond, but yeah. Gyro Ball? Lava Plume? Yeah, I don't know. This thing's moveset is so ass. There's not much I can do about it, though. I could run, like, double fire, I guess, but I'm already running Will-O-Wisp to try to burn. Quick attack. Metal Claw's interesting. I mean, it gets boosted to 75 with Technician, and then you add Stab. Whereas Bullet Punch is 60 plus Stab. And this has a chance to raise our attack. It can miss, but the attack boost chance is really enticing to like Metal Claw. It's you know, it's the same principle as like Meteor Mash on Gross, for instance. Actually, Meteor Mash is more of an easy pick though. Well, rather running double steel on Gross just makes sense. Everything else is kind of whatever. Do all Metal Claw over Bug Bite? I kind of don't think so, though. If this was a hack with Fairy type in it, then I would probably go for Metal Claw. Just have a better chance of breaking Fairies. But BP already does, like, Choice Band BP is going to do so much anyway. You get like Fire Punch and shit. Yeah, Fire Punch. Earthquake's better though, obviously. Burn chance is nice, but yeah. Could run a mixed set. Could run a mixed set if I wanted to. I'd have to change the nature, but I'd thought about it. Especially because we get Volt Tackle so late. It's like, well, there are higher BP moves. Evire has a decent special attack stat at 95, but a 123 physical attack stat, rather. I could give it Cross Chop right now, but let me remind myself what level it learns Close Combat. It's either 56 or 59. What? Close Combat at 58. I was incorrect. It was like right in the middle. So we're so close to getting CC that I'm like, eh. I mean, if there's nothing better to spend the heart scale on, then sure. I'll take cross chop for like 5 levels. I like the idea of running like discharge, like doing like a mixed set, like discharge, earthquake, close combat, magnet rise instead of T-wave, like just try to get the para from discharge instead. At that rate though, I'd probably just run T-bolt, right? I would want the extra damage, but then again, 95 special attack versus 123 physical attack, so it's like, maybe I do take the lower power with the odds of para-ing. Seems kind of good. Let me see what Kingdra can learn. If Kingdra literally can't learn anything good, then I don't see a reason to not take cross chop. Yawn. That was funny. Hydro Pump over Surf is interesting, but I just can't... This thing needs the extra help damage-wise, so, like, yes, I would run Pump. Also, rip Hydro Pump and friends for being nerfed from 120 to 110. I always forget about that, too. But, yeah. I would love the damage from Pump over Surf. And we don't need Surf that much in Kanto, but I need it enough to where it would be a hassle to like relearn Hydro Pump, then teach it Surf. It's like, okay, maybe when we're done, we go to fight Red. I don't think there's any Surf area. Well, maybe there's some early on, but there's not really... Surf isn't really required for Mount Silver, I don't think. I don't think it's required. I'd have to check. But like Pump for that or something, like once the water routes are cleared, you know? Then sure, we just take Pump because we're just flying around everywhere anyway. But until then, kind of need Surf, which sucks. God damn, so tired. This song is putting me to sleep. Alright, yeah, I said I was gonna put Cross Chop on Oni, because Brick Break is so weak. And Cross Chop would actually be stronger than EQ, because of Stab. Well, okay, Brick Break still is stronger than EQ, also fully accurate. That's what kind of scares me about running Cross Chop, is like the accuracy thing. And it's not so much of a power boost that I'm like... I feel like I'm okay. Maybe I'll just save it for Pump later. Go back to Pewter. And then actually fight Brock. I don't know, I'm kind of tired. I'm trying to think of how I would pace this. If this is going to be a 12-parter, that means 3 more parts. That means, I mean, any one of the streams next week could just be longer if I want to. I think Mount Silver is short enough to warrant, like, I could do Blue and Silver in the same stream, probably. Unless I wanted to rematch the Elite Four, but I don't think I care that much to do that, honestly. It's cool that they, you know, level up their squads and shit. But that's usually something I just do to grind if I really am in need of levels at that point or something. We've been doing okay just kind of like going at the pace of what the trainer battles put us at, though. So if we work in reverse, Blaine to Blue is pretty quick too. Like Blaine... There's gym trainers and stuff, but there's gym trainers in Blue's gym too, but getting to Blaine's gym is really not that bad. And then by virtue of that, it's like, okay, once we have access to Saffron, then it's like Sabrina. So it's like we could really kind of do a lot in that final stream. Which means maybe it's okay for today to be shorter. I think I'm just gonna lead Neptune and try to, like... We'll see if I can 6-0. If I need to switch, like, what would he lead that I would switch out? Like, maybe a Water Rock? I feel like you're gonna lead something that just sets up Stealth Rocks, though. In which case, do I want to lead Honchkrow? Do I want to lead Honchkrow and Taunt? Or just get damage because Honchkrow is going to be kind of shit? Maybe? Like, is Honchkrow garbage enough to lead with? And just get damage, chip something for something else to pick up the kill, like Bullet Punch or whatever? I don't hate that, because then if I think it's a Stealth Rock lead, I can Taunt. Assuming it's a slow Stealth Rock lead, because Honchkrow's slow. And it's not Prankster. It never is Prankster, it's only Murkrow that's Prankster. Come on! Show me your moves! This theme slaps super hard, though. He does lead Omastar. I'm just gonna Taunt. Because, I mean, you might attack. Those are Blizzard. Entertainment. I go... I have nothing to... I wish I had Earth Power. I wish I had, like, literally anything else. I lucked out on the Blizzard Miss. Did I go Hard Sizz? I don't feel like... I guess I got a Rock Smash. I go Hard Sizz. This thing can't... Well, there's no Shell Smash in this gen. I was anticipating... Wow. I was anticipating like a, like Stealth Rock or Rain Dance or something. Muddy Water. I would like you to not get the accuracy drop, that would be nice. That's just so fucking much, and you get the drop. Taunt wears off. I can't risk this dying. So I'm gonna go into Neptune here. Scizor can still clean up with Bullet Punch later. Goes for Muddy Water again. We quad resist. This thing is so strong. Omastar is kind of a strong mon. It's base 125 special attack, I think. Which is like, for especially by Gen 1 standards, that's like kind of insane. Jolem. What? Are you like Sash? Are you Sash Custap? Are you 2 items? Sturdy is not an ability in this gen, my guy. What are you doing? Sturdy is not an ability. It's really not. It's so garbage. Crit didn't matter. You're asked for going into Golem. Why would you do that? There's no Relicanth. What do you go for? Rock move, probably. Relicanth's kind of neat. I don't know. It's kind of boring, but I don't know. Something about it's kind of cool. Head smash. Pause. Oh my god. Strong bitch. Just T-punch. Relicanth's kind of bulky though, yeah, I was gonna say. Has EQ, just kills me, okay. There's no way I was one-shotting this without like Gar, Giga Drain, or Energy Ball, which I kept saying I wanted. I don't want it enough to like go get a Blossom though. And Giga Drain, I already used that TM. Now T-Bolt should kill though, for sure. Because rock types are not immune to electric, unlike that one episode of the anime would lead you to believe. A T-Bolt should kill from this range. I just don't think it would have one-shot. I mean, maybe it would have. I don't know Relicanth's stats off the top of my head. It's like hardly a relevant threat a lot of the time. Alright. He knows I'm choiced somehow. What do you go for? Rock move, I guess? You're fast, too. But you're weak, though, unless you were buffed significantly, which that might be the case. Relicanth. It's 130 defense. Okay, so that was a mistake to try to break it physically. Oh my god, you're a strong bitch now. What? Why did that do so much? Hold up. Onyx? Base 80 attack instead of like 30 or whatever it is? Still though, why did that Stone Edge do so much? Holy crap. I don't outspeed, I don't think. Do I? Oh, I do. Okay. Wait, how fast is Onyx? I know it's, like, people say it's fast, but I'm like... It's not, like, that fast, though, right? Oh, your Sash. It's base 70. It's faster than you think it would be, but it's base 70. Come on now. 160 defense is crazy, but 45 attack, not 30, my bad. I just BP this. I think BP... Oh, man, base 160 defense, does it 2 get KO? I feel like it might. Yeah, I was gonna say. We're Choice Banded Adamant Scizor. Not particularly invested EV-wise, but still, I think, like, that's enough. That's enough. If it was invested, it would one-shot. Which is kind of nuts. Kabutops. Kabu Bottoms. What is your last? Rhyperior? That's gonna be tricky without Neptune. I need Gengar. Corneo's useless. I'm just gonna sack it. Maybe I get a Sucker Punch off if he like does that. I dodge again? Wow. A Corneo. My flying type soloing the rock type gym because Stone Edge sucks ass. Oh, never mind. Barely lived. Barely made it. Ba-na-na-na-na. Easy kill. Crit wouldn't have mattered. It would have killed anyway, which we just saw, so I don't know why I'm saying that. And here, if he full restores, Shadow Ball is better because then I can stay in. I could Destiny Bond the other thing though. Like I could come back in and Destiny Bond. I'm still gonna click Shadow Ball because I think it 2-hit KOs. I can always pivot out and come back in T-Bolt. But I was just thinking if I wanted to get... I just don't know what his last is. I think it's Rhyperior. Oh my god, that does so much. No, Aqua Jet, you fool. Why would you not click that? Kabutops is kind of cool, though. Again, though, that typing is pretty shit. Pseudo... Oh. I didn't realize he was still in the cut. What the fuck? It itches! Brock, you should see a doctor. I can debond this. Because he's gonna Sucker Punch here, right? I just go Pele because I can actually do damage with Scizor. With, like, BP. Whereas Pele, like, might dodge a Head Smash or a Stone Edge if it comes out here. I feel like he Sucker Punches, though. Oh, it goes for Stone Edge. Sudowoodo was, I think, kind of strong, but I feel like maybe we live if it's not a crit. Never mind. Destiny Bond is broken in this gen, so I'm kind of like... Okay, I'm thinking this kills, right? Like, I should be able to... Yeah, Destiny Bond is so nasty in this gen, dude. You can just spam it. Or wait, can you... I don't know if you... I feel like you can't still spam it, though. This is a weird move. It has changed a lot over the years, I think. Pokemon defeated by this move will faint before the Pokemon... Yeah, gens 5 and 6. A Pokemon defeated by this move will now faint after the Pokemon that used Destiny Bond. Oh, so it used to be that the opposing one would faint first, so you could actually do that to win a battle if it was your last, I guess. Which is kind of crazy. Yeah, and then Gen 5 that was changed. Meaning if Destiny Bond is used by the last Pokemon on player's team, the last Pokemon in the opposing team makes it faint, the opposing player will win. That makes sense. Because that's such a cheese strat to use. Destiny Bond can also be, okay, Contest Spectacular. Gen 7 will always fail if it is used successfully. Destiny Bond will always fail if it was successfully executed on the previous turn. So it becomes similar to, well, Protect can succeed multiple times in a row. It's just lowered, but it's like those moves where you can't just spam it and have it work. So that's why it's busted prior to Gen 7. It's because you can just spam it. It's kind of crazy. When Ghost DMZ turns into Z Destiny Bond, which has the Follow Me effect, which is only relevant in doubles. Gen 8, you can't Destiny Bond a Dynamaxmon, and Gen 9, in pre-1.2 versions of Scarlet and Violet, if the user terastallizes the turn after Destiny Bond, after using Destiny Bond, it would fail to make the attacker faint. One of many small things that was wrong with Scarlet and Violet. At least that was patched, I guess. Among other things, question mark. Yeah, let's, I'm kind of down for this to be a short stream. I'm kind of hungry, I'm kind of tired. I'm feeling good about the pace at which we're going. I'd rather have like one more long stream mixed in there than go at my usual pace and then have like the streams be short for the sake of, you know, making it a 12-part series or whatever. But like, it's definitely not gonna be a 10-parter. Like, next time is definitely not the finale. 11 I don't like as a number for like, if I have control over it, it's like I'm gonna make that playlist either 10 or 12, ideally. And then 15, and then from then on, it's like, I guess 18 is fine. And then like pretty much any even number following that is fine, or like divisible by 5. I don't know. There's probably something wrong with me, but it's like, it's because I have a choice over the matter. Like when it comes to video runtimes and shit, if it's like weird, I don't really care. It is what it is. But yeah, historically my Pokemon playthroughs have fit into that 10-part mold of like 1 part per badge, the Elite Four for part 9, and then post-game for part 10. But then Voltway 2 Redux was too long to squeeze into 10 parts, so I did 12. And this will be the same, because there's 2 whole regions to explore. 16 badges. Lit. Lit, just like that Honchkrow over there. Oh wow, he had a similar idea. How about that? Yay. At least he's taking chip. Flame definitely kills this. Flame might... I don't know if Flame would one-shot, because Honchkrow does have an actual HP stat, though. So, like, I don't know if it would, like, OHKO. But after a little bit of chip, then yeah, certainly. Right? Oh, no, actually. Dies to burn, though. We take those. 1v1ing the flying type when I don't have an actual flying resist on the squad. It's not bad. Gator. You also have a Zam, a Gar, maybe a Weavile. I'm thinking I kind of want a Will-O-Wisp in the instance that he, like, doesn't just kill me. Because Typhlosion's kind of... Silver's team is all fast, pretty much. Except maybe, like, Magnezone, but I don't really... Well, I have Flame, but... I'm paralyzed. So I'm like, I'm just gonna Will-O-Wisp in the instance that, like, this misses, or somehow doesn't pick up the KO because... It's not stab, but yeah. There's, like... I could have pivoted into something, but I just didn't think it made sense. Now I'll go into this. And T-Punch. This is not a Water Dark type in this hack. Right in the crotch. Lean to a KO. Nice para. Maybe full paras? You'd love to see it. T-Punch again. Shit. Just dropped the lid on my water. Sends out Zam. This is why we have Sucker Punch. This is why Corneo is the GOAT. You get countered by that. I Sucker Punch, which one-shots barring a Sash. I forget if Zam... Does Zam get, like, T-Bolt and stuff? It's a Gen 1 Mon, so maybe. I don't know what kind of coverage this gets in, like, modern gens. I know it gets, like, Focus Blast. But I'm like, what else do you run? You don't get T-Bolt. You have, like, Shadow Ball, Calm Mind, Energy Ball, Focus Blast. Gets Charge Beam, but no T-Bolt. What about, like, in Gen 8 or something, when move pools were expanded a lot? I'm not seeing T-Bolt, but yeah, Energy Ball is one. Obviously, that wouldn't help against, the flying type, but yeah. Nice. And we have EQ now. We EQ now? We EQ now. he has EQ now? That works better, I guess. Oh, fails to pick up the KO. Hopefully it's the same on the opposite end. I hope. It's not stab. It's 5 level advantage. But it's not stab. You might be EV invested. Okay, I didn't think it was going to kill me. I just wanted to... I was a little scared, though. What item am I running on this muscle band? Life Orb would have picked up the kill. And so there's another case for me wanting Life Orb. Even I wonder if Soft Sand would do what I needed it to do. I think I just EQ this. Interesting mirror match, though. This thing doesn't have much of a defense stat. But then again, Evire also doesn't, and it lived. Okay. Yeah, this is definitely frailer. Is it base 67 or something weird defense? Versus Evire's like 83 or something? Evire is base... Oh, sorry, Evire is base 67. That's really garbage. They're the same. So although 75 HP versus... They're both 75 HP. I mean, it makes sense. There's lots of pairs of Mons like this that have very similar base stats. This is 125 special attack versus Evire's 123 attack. But Magmortar does have 95 attack as paralleled by Evire's 95 special attack. But... Oh, and then their defense, special defense and speed are swapped, except Magmortar has 83 speed, and those extra 2 points are put into special attack, whereas Evire has 85 special defense and has 2 less attack. It's weird. So it's like kind of mirrored, but kind of not. It's mostly mirrored, just those 2 points displaced. So you weren't just coming to Kanto just to show off. That's a cool line. Oh, we're faster because of motor drive. How about that? I wonder if this kills now. We para though. We're getting so lucky on these full paras. Alright, Evire sweep, I guess. Evire's gonna be good against Misty, I think. I'm glad this thing is putting in work now. I wish I had a better move than T-Punch. That'll eventually be the case. With Volt Tackle. The recoil is gonna suck, but it's gonna nuke, like, pretty much anything that's weak to it, I think. I wonder if Red still has a Lapras, I wonder if that will one-shot. If I Choice Banded, it certainly will. But then I do what with Scizor at that point? I'm not sure. I spray Repel? No, there's no way I did. So he just challenged me immediately. I like the E-Fire sweep. The predictable switch in on electric move to get the boost, and then just like kill everything. Then again, I got two para full paras, which is pretty damn lucky, to be fair. Then again, I missed Will-O-Wisp turn 1 against Lance's Dragonite, so... Or Dragonite, Gyarados. So I'm not even sorry. Mountain Moon is really weird in this gen. Oh, this is closed for the day. The Clefairies do like a little dance over here, whatever. Hopefully they don't do the rest of that song. That'd be a little disturbing. But they certainly do get down tonight. Or not tonight, but they get down whenever it is that they get down. Get down! Can I fly to the other Pokemon Center? No. Okay, we'll just use items then. It's fine. Yeah, let's at least like get to Cerulean. Kind of scope the place out a little bit. I'm assuming that. I mean, we already have access to Vermilion, so as soon as we do Misty... Well, then again, we fight Misty, beat Misty, then we have to do the power plant stuff, I think. Probably. Because Surge is probably over there. That's probably why he's not in currently. But yeah, like, we do the power plant stuff. Fight Misty and Surge next time. And then make our way to Celadon. And then from there, it's also pretty quick. I don't know. We'll see. This is a terrible lead on my part. Evire is the obvious switch. That's just the fact of the matter. I don't really have anything that could break this, especially if it starts setting up charges or Cotton Guards. So I'd rather EQ. This is nice too because we don't make contact, so no static worries. Yeah, that soft sand would be really nice. Or just something that boosts my Earthquake by more than 1.1. More than 10%. Which would be soft sand or Earthplate. Or like a Life Orb. I don't think Band really makes much sense. I mean... What, Magnet Rise is a move tutor move. I think that would be kind of nice to have, because then in that mirror match against Silver, I can switch it on the electric move and then Magnet Rise because I'm faster, and then kill it with EQ. Because I'd be like soft sand boosted or something. Let me double check. I know there's some areas I haven't explored, and that's probably where these items are. But I just want to see. Metal Coat. Yeah, this is a Rock-type booster. Because I feel like Evire's electric and fighting moves are gonna do. Oh my god, what? Are gonna do enough because of stab But because EQ is not stab, if it was, it would be picking up these kills, obviously. Because it's coverage, I would actually run something like Soft Sand on it. To try to, like... It's not, you know, it's not quite that 50% boost, but, you know, a 20% boost is nothing to sneeze at. But then again, like I was saying, Life Orb would be kind of the answer, though. That's a 30% boost, but you take damage, so it's like... But then if I'm killing stuff, then I don't really think the recoil matters that much. In that case. All I need is one crit. If he's just gonna spam, okay. Slicing his foot, which sounds brutal, but also not. 54. Ba-na-na-na. When this thing learns Brave Bird, I'm gonna be so tempted. And maybe... Because Steel resists Dark, it's not as good in a lot of cases. And Sucker Punch... Like, a lot of Psychic types are fast. Kind of. Yeah, like, kind of. And so Sucker Punch is kind of, like, enough. It's also stronger, barring a crit. So yes, it does require certain stipulations, like they need to be attacking me in the first place. But I'm like, I would maybe consider running dual flying over dual dark. Like Brave Bird, fly for utility, really. If I didn't have to use fly for like the HM purposes, then I would just ditch fly, obviously. And run Brave Bird, Night Slash, Sucker Punch, Taunt. But because fly is kind of... It's kind of annoying without fly. I think I would maybe actually get rid of Night Slash, because we're not running Super Luck. We're not doing Super Luck, like, go for crit kind of thing. Which Night Slash was more so for. But since Sucker Punch is stronger... and it takes care of, like, the threats that I needed to take care of, and Steel resists Dark, and Flying. But, like, if it didn't resist Dark, then that would be my way to hit Steels, quote-unquote. Whereas Flying is resisted, but because both are resisted, it's like, I would rather probably just take the stronger move. And for neutral damage, Brave Bird is so much better than this, too. Like, it's almost double power. It goes from 70 to 120. Instead of the crit chance, you take recoil. But this thing is not that bulky to begin with, so the recoil is not going to matter. The stuff that's going to one-shot it, it's going to one-shot it anyway. Regardless of if I took chip, for the most part. And then again, I'm not going to click Brave Bird unless I kind of know, or at least have a strong feeling that it's going to kill from whatever range the opponent is at. Alright, yeah. Just a few more trainers to get us to Cerulean. I mean, there are a ton of trainers, and if I am going to have to do these in order... Maybe at a certain point I would opt to avoid some of them, potentially. Maybe. But then again, I did that with Route 44, which is between Mahogany Town and Ice Path, and then I was like just barely not a full squad of 50s. Like my squad was just like barely missing out on being level 50. And then fighting those few trainers that I skipped put me at a squad of 50s across the board. So it's like, it's probably better to just fight everybody, probably. You might have ground move, so I don't actually think Gengar is the worst. Well, there's no high horsepower here. You go for Fire Blast on the Flash Firemon is interesting. Maybe, I guess he doesn't know. This is probably Flash Fire, though. Also, so I can't really do much in return. Do you go for Bounce now? I don't understand what you're doing. Nice. Rose Raid. This is like what Honchkrow is here for, is this type of mon. Whether it be Sleep Powder or Grass Move. Exactly. And see, Brave Bird here would just nuke this. I would take a lot of recoil, but it would just be done. I don't have to do like 2 turns, whatever, risk missing. Because Fly is 95 accurate for some reason. Yeah, I think I will replace Night Slash with a Brave Bird when it's time for that, at like level 70, whatever. Just lead Typh, because Typh is not going to do much against Misty, especially because a lot of water types. I guess there's probably an even split, maybe, of physical versus special attackers, but when I think water types, I think special attackers. You know, the Starmies of the world and whatnot. Because that's her ace. And that's gonna be a little scary, but I have Sucker Punch Crow, so it'll be fine. God, Honchkrow's so fucking cool. I feel like I've said that so much this playthrough, but it's like, man, what a dope-ass mon. I like how the cut trees aren't blocking. I'm assuming... Yeah, you're blocking this. Oh, the power plant is busted. Yeah. So it's possible resolving the power plant issue will allow me to fight the gym leaders in any order from then on. But it's also possible that someone's standing in front of Sabrina's gym and is just going to be like, hey, go fight the other guys first. And I'll be like, okay, thanks. We can go this way, but there's not really much of a reason to. I can always fly back. That could be a way to train up for Misty, but I have to go that way after Misty anyhow, and we have, like, the route above as well. Like, yeah, the rocket guy doesn't show up until... We have to go to the power plant, then come back, and then the rocket guy is like, oh, oui. I have... Is he French? He's like some foreign language. Or maybe it's like an accent or something. He's like, I hit the generator in the life preservers. And we're like, thanks. By the way, Team Rocket's dead. And you are too. And it just fucking... Gold pulls out a gun and just fucking murks him. We don't take too kindly you Team Rocket folk around here. That's all. Are you collecting the Kanto gym badges? You will never know. No. Check it down. Berserk Gene or what? I can get this item maybe. There's a couple trainers on here. You guys fight? There's kind of a lot of trainers over this way. I kind of don't want to... I just don't... I know this is the case in every Pokemon game. I'm just kind of like... I just don't really want to fight all these trainers, though. All these fucking jobbers, you know? Let's just explore this way real quick. Maybe just see if that couple battles, but I don't think... I think they're just there for the Team Rocket thing, where he, like, runs between them. To try to hide. Because he's dumb. Nugget? That's not a Berserk Gene. What is this? I know the Berserk Gene's only Gen 2. I'm just memeing around. This is the notorious Cerulean Cave. Horribly powerful. cool. I could just fly back, but this is fine. Did I even heal up at the center? I kind of don't think I did, right? No, I did. Okay. I don't know why these are two separate routes. It could have been hardware limitations on the original Game Boy and they just kept it the same. But I'm like, Route 24 is like... It's just the bridge. I mean, I guess that's justified, but then 25 is like... It's like this weird path thing, and they're like playing a game or whatever. I don't... Because we can't encounter Misty, would it be better for me to actually head to the power plant first? Like, take that route, and then fly back, and then do this once I know Misty's gonna, like, be there? Because she doesn't actually spawn in, I don't think, until the power plant's resolved, because the generator's hidden in the gym, and it needs to be empty. So I actually think if I were to do more, I would go this way. Go to the power plant. Because maybe Rock Tunnel's blocked off, maybe not. I really don't want to do more battles. I really don't. Ah. But then again, if I get to the power plant, that's like perfect for next time. Alright, but I'll just push through a little bit further. I'm so tempted to turn on speed up, but I know I shouldn't. I don't think there's that many trainers on this route, actually. There are quite a few, but I don't think there's, like... I want to say it's probably less... It's certainly less than 10. It's probably, like, what... Maybe, like, 5, I hope? 5 or 6? Let's do that real quick. Get to the Pokemon Center over by the power plant. Or, I mean, at this point, it's like, I could just... do the power plant thing, because it's just... getting there, I dig. Fly back, get the generator, fight the Rocket Grunt, go back to the power plant, and then it's activated, then we can do all the Misty stuff. It's just, I feel like doing a little bit more will set me up a little bit better for next time. Nice static, you bitch. I'm just gonna full restore. Battles are so goddamn slow, dude. Do para again, I swear to God. Okay. Ba-na-na-na-na-na-na. Na-na-na-na-na-na-na. Chancy. Evire's gonna get a lot of experience from this next gym. If Honchkrow can kill this in one shot, that would be ideal. I'm just gonna Night Slash, because if I crit, it'll probably kill. Like, I get what they were going for with the HP, to, like, depending on the HP of the opposing Pokemon, it goes down slower. But Gen 5 is just so much better in this regard. Let alone all the other improvements, but yeah. Just keep an eye on the dowsing machine, I guess. Yeah, this route, thankfully, is not, like, that packed with trainers. Not oh, I think it's worse in actual Gen 1 in that regard. Probit. I think I'm just gonna go Gar. If you like Hypnosis, I'm gonna be annoyed. I will become the Domino's mascot from the 90s. I hate that that is like such an obvious joke too. Am I toxic? Even though I'm a poison type, but I don't know. Well, it goes for dark move, but we resist because steel is busted. So goes for payback. A rock smash. Probably kills in one shot, I would guess. Oh no, wow. I mean, Umbreon is bulky as shit. It's so unfortunate this thing is so passive. I mean, Umbreon is kind of like the goat of passivity, though. Like, that is what carried... This is like, it often carries in Coliseum/Grand Coliseum because it's so bulky. It can actually live stuff. You'd think Espeon would be more of an MVP, but it's so frail. It just, like, dies to everything. I don't know its speed with Corneo is the problem. The Umbreon's got such a sick design. Certainly my favorite evolution design-wise. And they're like that's kind of the most important thing. I think it's great when the Mon is actually good or like, you know, strong or whatever. And like I guess I'm not the biggest fan of like Umbreon's playstyle, sure, but my love for the way that it looks is like outweighs that. That sucks. I'm just gonna go this in flame, I guess. A crit into Anger Point, or what? Well, if I crit, it dies. Yeah. Cross Chop. Does this kill me? No. Typhlosion's actually, like, weirdly bulky. Then again, it's got EVs all over the place, I'm sure, because it's been with me since the beginning. So that kind of explains it. I feel like that's a better way to be like, oh, your friendship is strong. You know, like, I feel like EVs kind of sort of represent that-ish. It's like, oh, he's been with me from the beginning, so his EVs are maxed out. It's like a, you know, a mix mat, like a mishmash. But you're fighting all different kinds of mons, and so it's like kind of evenly, more or less, like EV'd across the board. Which is, you know, bad for a special attacker to have attack EVs. It's just wasteful. That's why in Voltway 2 Redux I use those reducing berries to, like, if I was maxed on EVs or something, it's like I would have at least a chance of getting EVs in a stat that actually matters versus like the opposing attacking stat that I'm actually using. I really want to go now because I don't want to fight these fucking children. And they're garbage. Golduck. T-Bolt kills you. This might be a Psychic type in this hack, in which case Shadow Ball is better, but I don't know. Whatever the enemy trainers have been pretty good about, like, switching into something that is immune or resists. So, like, forcing me out anyway, like this. Shadow Ball wouldn't have really helped against this that much. Pretty easy Honchkrow switch, though. Yep. Another case for Brave Bird. Should one shot. In which case, yeah, technically I don't really need Brave Bird, I guess. Brave Bird's even stronger, though. So on stuff that Fly wouldn't one-shot, it's just better. It just is. There's a nice slash, I guess. Because I don't think Sucker would one-shot. Ah, well, maybe. It's a Charmeleon. It's not... Yeah, Sucker Punch would have killed, okay. My mistake. I was just thinking if it like Will-O-Wisp or something. But hey, Brave Bird would have killed. And I probably would have taken less damage from recoil, maybe, than that actual flamethrower. Alright, we're almost out of hypers. We'll just buy more and then rearrange it later. Evire's furthest behind now. I mean, if I wasn't doing this every battle, and was just like actually getting them to higher levels, but yeah. Jasmine's calling. This would be the way out if I had cut. So I'll just battle you now then. I think there's maybe like 2 more. I hope that's it. There was like one up kind of to the left, and I think there's one like as we round our way out of here. Bum, 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 ba-dum, bum. I'm predicting either EQ, Sucker Punch, or Explosion. Yeah. I actually, like, made the correct play this time. Dougie. Teach me how. I guess I go... What would you go for? Sucker Punch, maybe? I don't know what else you would go for. Rock Move, maybe. I guess if he goes for Rock Move, well played. Fissure on the Levitator. That's smart. Also, Black Glass is boosted, I gotta consider. So Sucker Punch is even nastier. I don't think Sharp Beak is really necessary, though. It hasn't really... Honchkrow has been picking up kills when it needs to. With its current set. But I think the Black Glasses are definitely helping. In that regard. Okay, there's 3 more. Also, there's a cut tree, which is really annoying to me. Also, I can't even fight this guy because there's a cut tree. Alright. Do I even care about fighting this guy? No. I can just skip this chick, too. Screw it. I mean, I'll have to come back anyway. Go ahead and heal up. Is there anything in the box that can learn Cut? Or do I have... Because I taught my Quilava Cut. Because... It's move pool's shit. I don't really want to reteach it over Thunder Punch, but I also haven't been clicking Thunder Punch, really. I don't think Eevee learns Cut. Like I was saying, though, I do have to come back here anyway. Why is chat... I don't understand why I keep getting this notification. Chat disconnected, please wait while we try to reconnect you. Successfully connected. It's so weird. This is like the second stream in a row that's done that, too. So when I come back, which I guess is going to be in like 5 minutes, I could like catch a Cutmon and bring it. I don't know. I'd like to see what those items are, though. That's my only thing, is like, what if it is like soft sand or something, right? Something that I could actually use. In which case, maybe I do just teach Cut to type over T-Punch. Even though T-Punch is better in most cases, I'm never wanting to click it over switching into my actual like electric type or into Gar for T-Bolt or something. So yeah, fine. I don't even know what T-Punch is going to be ultimately. I know Dig is going to be Earth Power eventually. But as far as that fourth move, I'm like, I guess Focus Blast, but Fire Ground, fighting is super redundant with that. It's like, how many different ways do I want to hit a Steel type? It's normals, I guess. Normals aren't really much of a threat, though. Not in this gen. Exile for P2. Alright, yeah, let's just repair this shit. And then next time I'll, probably get several gyms done, ideally. Misty, Surge. Ideally, Erica, it's probably gonna force me through Rock Tunnel, right? Unless I can actually go through Saffron. But we'll find that out next time. But certainly get badges 2 and 3. We'll do the cut trees and fight those last 2 trainers in a second. Just... Fly by a go-go. Forgot, it's just a racist, like, Asian accent, I think. Just lead Evire, I guess. I don't know what he has, but... yeah, I'm pretty sure I have to fight the grunts. Then I get the thing, then I can go back, fight those last 2 trainers, get those items. Repair the generator, and then call it. I like their reactions, though. Who are you? Who's this guy in black coming between me and my girlfriend? What's he doing? I guess it could be really any accent. Like with broken English kind of deal. Just T-Punch. Better not flinch me. Nice. T-Punch to the dick. Beautiful. Is there an NPC in a later gen that is insinuated to be that Rocket Grunt, but reformed? I would bet that's an Easter egg somewhere. Can you tell I played this game before? Sizz is last. Alright, 2 more trainers. We're donezo. Not even gonna heal right now. In fact, we have technology. It's not even that much faster. I mean, it is faster, but there's no gears or anything, which is unfortunate. That one I fought... oh wait, there isn't a trainer over here. I don't know why I thought there was. Was I thinking of that first guy? I guess no. There are 2 left. I was thinking there were 3 for some reason. Okay, this guy... Let me get this item and then I'll fight him. That doesn't really make much sense, does it? Oops. Ba-da-da-da-dam. Bam-bam-ba-da-bam. You trapped? Just rock smash. You're trapped in here with me! That's normally not how that interaction would go, though. Because Magneton outspeeds naturally. 70... What is it, base... No, Magneton's actually kind of fast, right? Is it base 80? Zone, I think, is the base 71 speed. You're a bitch. You're a bitch one. Mr. Graveler. This definitely kills me, right? Maybe? Maybe not. Maybe yes. Maybe yes squared. D5 on Stark. It's unfortunate because Kingdra's the furthest behind. Go Haunch. On the Hariyama. Okay, good call on my part. Not bad. You can fly. Okay, you fucked up on that. I don't know if fly one-shots them. This thing's kind of bulky. Are you gonna endure on turn 2? I swear to God. Wait, unless you're Custap, then this is actually better for me. Because if it reversaled, if this didn't kill and it reversaled, that would have been better for him. Not that he would have won the battle, but it's just like, okay, you endure. Unless you're literally Custap Berry, you're at 1 health and you just die. Although I guess that's an indication that Fly would have killed. Dark Pulse, nah. You can run mixed, what is it, 105 special attack versus 125 attack. Mixed Honchkrow is actually pretty common because, like, Heat Wave is sort of important coverage. Flash Cannon. Does anybody want that? I don't think anyone really learns that wants it. Like, Kingdra might learn it, but I don't see the point. Kingdra and Sizz, yeah, it's like... Steel coverage is just not... If it's stab, it's one thing, but if it's coverage, it's like, I don't know. We'll just use a max. Hyper Potions are still very viable. Because they heal 200 in this gen. For some reason. It's like so weird it took them so long to change Hypers. Because Supers, the jump from Super Potion to Hyper Potion is so massive, it's like, it's weird. Potion to Super is like, what, it's 20 to 50, and then it jumps to 200? It's like, there are options, like, you know, Lemonades, Moo Moo Milks, stuff like that. I guess Moo Moo Milk specifically is kind of that in-between of like 100. But in the gens where you... There are gens where you can't get Moo Moo Milk though, right? Maybe? Gen 3? Gen 3, for instance? Because Gen 4 does have it. Gen 5 has it as well. Gen 6, I don't know. But at that point... Well, I think Gen 7 was when Hypers were nerfed, though. They cost less, but they also only heal 120. Which makes more sense. It also makes Max Potions actually kind of viable. Whereas, like, Hyper Potions, in the course of a normal Pokemon playthrough, I don't think many Pokemon are going to exceed 200 health. And if they do, and you're Hyper Potioning them, they're probably not, like, literally at 1 HP kind of deal. Like, it's probably enough to heal them back to full from whatever they are weakened to. Excuse me. Oops. Oops. I don't think I've skipped any trainers thus far. I'm nearly at a squad of 55s, which I like. Bennett. Lit. Charge beam. The red chain. Where did you get that? Hey yo. Okay, that's done. Sub 3 hours, nice. I'm glad to do a shorter stream. Not that I'm not enjoying this, but it's just like, ugh, how many fucking so many trainers, man. And normally you can skip a lot of them, and I guess I could have skipped some. And granted, this next route is normally not optional because you have to go get Misty anyway. But there's a lot of, like I was saying before, there's a lot of areas in vanilla that you can just ignore. Because they're railroading me in this hack, it's not the case. Yeah, because it's empty. Misty is up on the route above. I'm gonna go place myself there so I remember. I don't think it'll be hard to remember, but, you know. Just so I know what I've done already. Cool. Nearly a squad of 55s. Have a bunch of trainers on this route. Get Misty. Then we could just fly over and do Surge immediately, I think. Unless there's like some additional scenario. I don't think so. Then maybe they force us through Rock Tunnel to get to Lavender and Celadon. But, that could probably all be done in one go. Maybe. And then like gyms 5, 6, 7, and 8, like they're pretty quick. There's a few extra routes. There's a few. Certainly. But because there's multiple ways to Fuchsia, it's like I don't think they're gonna railroad us that badly. Then again, there's a Snorlax blocking one of the routes. So yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna save. I'm gonna double save just in case. But yeah, solid progress, I would say.